don't trust the Bible because it was written by man. Who else gonna write it? A dog? A giraffe? The animals at Noah's Ark? You trust a cookbook that was written by man and you're still making recipes?
You gotta be him. I'm him. I'm slash him.
You are not him. You are not him. You are not him.
No, I'm not him. I'm just him.
Unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book. Check for yourself. Yeah. There's a whole nother world.
Imagine it speaking about the vaccines in it, and a man's face but hair like women. How they would replace Christ with a white image, and how the blacks and the Hispanics ain't blacks and Hispanics, and earthquakes in places never seen of them. How children would oppress communities we live. Women out of their road, the house is ruled by them, and paganism would end up how we choose to live. Our God told us who we are, the children of Israel, and he revealed who he is, but it don't stop with who we are, the children of Israel. We must now remove the sin. Baptism is a spiritual thing. Christ set the pace, renew and be cleansed. Wipe the slate, cut out the flesh. Yeah, there's mistakes, just change. God doesn't take pleasure in anyone's death
unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book. Check for yourself. Yeah. There's a whole nother world in this book.
The image of the beast is just looks and gains, where all the girls and boys just look the same. The marks of chip that's already in people's brains, in the spirit form, so I know you're gonna take. Christ's kingdom will be righteous, no fornicating. Nowadays lust is fulfilled in every way. Wicked spirits ain't our bodies like unlocked gates. Drugs and crimes gonna rise when they find it's fake. Follow Christ, he's the way, truth and the life. Okay, we all heard, now it's doing time. Told him come from the curb, now he's doing time. Under spells before tea, there's a you and I. At the end, we ask why we ain't unified. Cause this world is deceived, the answer is the Bible. This isn't for everybody, don't mean I dislike you. God's building a nation, the kings and priests, best believe.
Unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book. Check for yourself. Yeah. There's a whole nother world.
Why you gonna wear yourself out with nothing to show for it? Told the people lift up your voice like a chauffeur, or bury that talent chilling every day on the sofa. You know how it goes, that can only go so far. Before realizing life, fam, you know what? I need to do something with myself and grow up. We need more activities for the youth. Teach them to make money and bear a lot of fruit. Unnourished roots need proper care. No one wants to lift a finger, they just wanna stare or film it on their phones till they're on their own. There's not a person without a problem in their homes. It's how you deal with them that'll make the demons go. In the name of Yeshua, the king on the throne, we need him alone, not someone else. So off the shelf, I take my book, open it and then read it to myself.
Unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book unless you proper check for yourself. There's a whole nother world in this book. Check for yourself. Yeah. There's a whole nother world in this book.